So how's everybody doing this week?
Exercise for stinks.
It's so much fun once you get it though, but it is super hard.
Not there yet. Not there yet.
I practiced.
Good.
I have been playing for 2 days because when I'm working, I can only get through, like the chord thing that you've set up.
Yeah.
And I try to do the exercise.
Good.
What you challenged us for was doing from F on down without looking at it.
Yes.
And I'm having trouble with the G to G7 maneuver.
Yes.
My fingers are not going down. They're off by a string or a half a string or in between the two.
Yeah,
So I haven't gotten really past G7.
Okay.
Because I got to keep going back. It's like Groundhog Day.
What happened?
Yeah, that G to G7 is really tricky. It definitely is hard.
Brutal.
But a lot of songs will do that because they'll be going along, with the G, and then they'll put in that G7 to give it that extra.
The
like
G7 to G is like impossible.
Yeah, and that's
Like G. So do that first, Trish, and then when you do G to G7, you'll go, oh, that's not so bad.
You're right. G7 to G is a lot harder.
So if you try that and then do it the other way, you'll be like,
I've been going back and forth between the two chords.
Possible.
Well, I'm giving you that as I only really, you guys have done so good on the chords back and forth. So now I'm only going to have you do the C to the G and then the G to the G7 to the G to the G7, that one. So, but remember, these chords are your vocabulary. And so that, and not looking at your fingers is what you have to do to get into these harder songs. And this is like a very difficult song. This is, and the great thing about the chord exercises is hopefully they'll always be harder than any of the songs we're working on, because that's building up your skill. And Trish, that's really smart. When you only have a few minutes to practice, do the chords and the chord exercise, because that's going to be working on your.
What I did though, at one point, I said, I'm going to go through this whole thing. Not going to look at it, but I don't care how it sounds. Just to get to the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really smart.
Well, something I did this week was I went back and played all of the songs we've learned, and I couldn't believe, I guess in my mind, I left off where I was learning the song when it was hard and I was kind of fumbling. But when I did it, it was so much better and it sounded good and it seemed like I knew it. So I guess we really have come a long ways.
You really have come a long ways. I mean, you guys are not beginners anymore at all. You're intermediate, and if you stay with me, we'll get to advanced. I mean, you guys you're really doing well, and I've seen it as I've watched you play this exercise 4. A lot of people never get that far because they quit before then. I don't mean in ukulele class, but I just mean they don't get to that level. They just stay playing the easy songs. And this definitely takes you to a different level. So let's play. Let's
Well, Monica and I have
what's that?
We have a date in the future. Next summer, God helping COVID, we're hoping to gather our family together because we're having 5 significant events. My brother's turning 60, I'm turning 65, Monica's turning 70, and both Monica and I are retiring. So we're having a family reunion and we want to be able to play ukulele around the fire.
Oh, excellent. Oh, that's really, really great. That's fantastic.
We're going to meet in the home we grew up in on Long Island.
Oh, that is so awesome. Well, I wanted to start this week, if you're interested, learning some Christmas songs.
Yeah.
I thought that might be a fun thing. So let's get
Silent Night's my favorite. I hope that one's easy.
Which one?
Silent Night.
That one's beautiful on uke. I don't think it's hard, so we'll be fine on it. Okay,
You don't think it's hard.
that's true. Well, O Come, O Come,
You
Emmanuel is
gotta
my
kind of,
favorite, and I started playing it, and that one's pretty hard. So yeah. All right, so let's get through the other stuff so we can get to the Christmas stuff. I've got a really good book that I found free online, so I'll give you that link, and we'll look through them and decide what we want to learn. So so let's just do the beginning part up to the F, okay? So start on that G at the very beginning. Sharon, you doing okay down there? You've been real quiet.
Full disclosure, I did not practice much this week, and the exercise 4, I'm a little way behind in that. So I'm just gonna,
That's okay.
I'm gonna audit the class.
you're actually not behind.
That's okay. And everyone always has the option. If you have a hard week, you don't want to play for the group, totally okay. But play with us muted right now, and let's see how you know what I mean? So, at least use this class time as some practice. And I bet you, Sharon, that you're going to practice now that we're doing Christmas carols. It'd be so cool if we could go Christmas caroling this year, because you could totally bring your youth, but think about next year. By next year, you'll be able to play like almost anything. So here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. G, down, up, D, down, up, A7, down, up, D, down, up, G, down, up, A7, down, up, D, down, up, C7, down, up. Okay, Rachel, play that for me. All right, awesome. Great, that was really good. Trish, let's have you go.
Okay.
And Trish, I can't believe you have a U bass. I can't believe it.
After the class, I'll explain.
Okay. That's totally what I'm
Or
getting.
actually, I'll have Monica explain.
That's what I'm getting for Christmas is a ukulele bass.
Actually, I took it out. It's behind me. I took it out for you today.
Oh, good. Yeah, I got to learn how to play it. It'll be really interesting. Okay.
Me too.
Yeah. Stick with this one for a while.
I will.
Yeah.
But I'm amassing my stuff before I retire.
Ah, okay. There you go.
Okay. Wait a minute. Let me start over.
Okay.
Just like
Okay. Good. You're getting better. You're doing fine. Don't get frustrated. It's okay. Monica.
G, D, A7, D, G, A7, D, C7, F.
Okay, Trish, has Monica always been like this? She just does stuff her own way? You tell her to do it one way and
He marches to the beat of a different drummer.
yeah.
Always has.
Okay, so Monica, I want to hear you play that strum pattern, okay? You don't have to do it. I want you just tilt your screen down just a bit so I can see your uke, and then I want you just to play the C chord for me with that strum pattern, just the C chord.
Yes, and you're spot on. I start it and then I go off in my own pattern. For me to stay within the lines.
Okay, so Monica, it's sounding, you're the way that you're playing it sounds like it's in 4, like down, down, up, down, up, down, up. I want you to go down, let's see, down, down, up, down, up. And before you play, I want you to count in your head. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, I had a private class with one of the students this week because nobody else could make it. And, and she always has had trouble with the strum patterns, and being able to just have her one-on-one, we were able to just really work on that. And so I want to tell you guys what we talked about. This is really a good thing. If you ever see a professional pianist in concert, you'll notice that they go to the bench and they sit down, they put their hands on their lap, and they go like this. Always, always. You'll always see them do that. And then they'll look up, put their hands on the piano, and just go. But they always do that first. And let me tell you what they're doing when they do that. What they're going through the music before they play, but most importantly, they're getting the timing and the rhythm in their head. So this is what I suggest that you do before you play, is that before you start playing, get your uke, and then this one's in 3/4. So I want you to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then before you play, I want you to go down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. No, I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And just do that until you really have that in your head, and then start playing. Because especially if you're playing, you'll find this, like if you end up playing Christmas carols for the family or something, you'll find that switching between 3 and 4 sometimes is a little bit difficult, or switching between strum patterns. If you do that, you'll always get it right. Always. But sometimes we just pick up and we start playing and we still have the other song in our head, or we have something else in our head. So before you start playing, always, if you don't want to do the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's okay. But always do the down, down, up, down, up, down. Do it 2 times and then start playing. Okay. And that'll get your head in it. Okay. So Monica, I want you to do that. Just say, and then just play me the strum pattern using a C chord. Don't worry about the other chords.
Somebody wake me up.
Yeah, you don't have to close your eyes like the pianist does. Just think it. It's
All right.
but I want you to really think it. Okay, Monica, just say the strum pattern for me.
Say again.
Say it. Don't play it, just say it.
Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down.
Okay. Now,
down.
that's the one we were doing before. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now this one is a little different. it's twice as long and you have an accent in the middle. So I want you to say it like this: down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And you could look at the notes there. That's what I had to do right there to get it in my head.
Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up.
Exactly. Now play that for me.
Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down,
That's
up.
exactly right. Now write whatever you need to write in your book to remember to do that before you play it. Okay. And okay, Sharon, I just want you to do the same thing. Just play that C chord with that strum pattern. Do you want to play the first part of it for me, or do you want to not play any of it for me?
Oh, I can try, but
Okay, play me that first part.
I make no promises. uh,
Very good. Very good. Now, this is the thing. When you're first learning ukulele, it's all about where your fingers go. That's the most important thing. And then getting the strum. Now, though, you are going to a different level. And at this level, it's a lot more about what's up here. Okay? Because if you are thinking the
the
strum,
problem.
if you're thinking the strum in a different way, you're going to play it in a different way. Even if you look at these notes, but you're thinking that there's 4 beats in a measure, it'll come out in a different way. And so now that's why it's so important to know the chords, just like knowing your vocabulary, so that you don't have to think about this hand anymore, because we're going to be doing other stuff with it. Okay. But it's all about what's up in here. Because that's going to be the most important thing. Now you've all got the calluses on your finger. You've all got control over how you hold your ukulele. So it's getting this up here to cooperate. Okay. So let's start now with the F chord, and we'll just do one strum to the end. Okay. Here we go. Right. Starting with that F chord, and we're just going to play one strum on the chords all the way to the end. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. F, C7, G, G7, F, A7, D, G, C, C7, F, G, C, G, D, G7, C, A7, D, G, C, A7, D, G, C. Okay, you guys didn't look at your hands. Now, you notice that wasn't really fast. And that's fine to do it at that speed, because that's the speed we're going to do it, you know. So instead, we're just going to go F, C7. Do you understand what I mean? Still counting that 3. So, Trisha, let's hear you play. Trish, sorry, let's hear you play. I always want to do that. I'm sorry about that.
What's that?
Say Trisha instead of Trish.
I get called Chris all the time.
Ah, okay.
Or my father.
We couldn't remember our names. We all looked alike. Oh, hey, Blondie.
We came from a house of 9 kids.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
But we did get our father's sense of humor.
That's a good thing.
Ah.
All right, nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, Rochelle.
I was picking up my head for nothing.
That was really, really good. And Rochelle, did you also practice that part with the strum pattern, or did you just practice it with this one strum?
With the strum pattern.
Okay, so go ahead and play it for me that way.
Okay, from F.
Yeah, if you want to, or if you want another week doing that, then you can just do the one strum, whichever way.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Let's have you just do the one strum for me right now, and then you're close. You've almost got it, but just do the one strum for me.
Okay.
Okay, so what I want you to do is practice it that way every day first, and really listen. And if something sounds wrong, then fix it, and then do it with the strum pattern. But same both ways the same day. Okay. All right. Great. Monica, let's hear you just do it with the one strum.
Which F am I starting at?
The third line.
Third line, okay.
Okay, good job. Now, what I want you to do when you're practicing it, you're doing a great job of not looking at your fingers. If one of the chords sounds off, then I want you to stop and fix it. And then
Okay.
go on, okay? All right, great. Sharon, you want to just play that for us, or do you want to wait till next week? I can't hear you. Did you say wait?
I'll try it. We'll
Okay,
see.
great.
We'll
Just the
see
one.
where I get.
Oh, wait. So what I want you to do is start on that F on the third line
Right.
and
Okay.
just do the one strum.
The one strum. Okay. Ooh, that G gets
Okay,
me.
now remember, you can't look at your fingers, okay?
I know. I know. It's easier said than done. That G gets me. Ooh, ooh, that sounded terrible. For some reason, my fingers are slipping, so I'm getting into that fourth fret when I do the C. I've got to work on that.
So Sharon, the key, remember, is having your hand touch that.
Yeah.
And that should be like what's it called? A comfort blanket or whatever we call that. I can't remember. So that's your touchstone.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing that tells you you're in the right place. Because pretty soon we're going to go to some chords where you have to move your hand. And so what I want you to do is get to where once you're playing the chords that are here, you still go back to that. And that way you know where your hand is. Okay. So I want you to really get to where it doesn't feel right if you're not having your hand touch that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all
Yeah.
right, keep working on that. And I'm giving you just three. I'll show you this for the homework. I'm just going to give you these three: C to G, G to G7, and D to G. I want you to practice those three going back and forth between the chords. Okay. That'll help everybody. I want everybody to practice that. Okay, let's go to, let's see, yeah, happy birthday. Let's do that one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. C, G7, C. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear whoever. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear whoever. Happy birthday to you. Okay, Rochelle, let's see, have you play it for me without using the music.
Okay, but I do it a little differently, just so you know.
Okay.
Mostly the end. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear whoever. Happy birthday to you.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. And this is a song that it totally is cool for you to do it your own way. All right, Trish.
I didn't even touch this one this week.
Oh, well then don't play it for me. It's okay. Monica, did you?
I can play it, but not without looking at the music.
Okay, how about you, Sharon? Wait, you're muted still, Sharon. Oh, you're still muted. There you go.
I probably have to look at the music too.
Okay, so why don't we let's just take that one off. I was only having you do it with memorized for yourselves. So that one's just because I want to get into the Christmas song. So we'll take that one off from now on. If you ever want to play it for me, you tell me. If you practice it and you're like, can I play it for you to see if I'm doing it right? Then just let me know. Let's go to Edelweiss. Sharon, you're not muted.
I'm a problem child today.
But you're wearing your very cool sweatshirt, so it's all okay. Hey, how are things How are
They
things
won
at the school?
again. They won again today. I had to wear it for the football game. but,
Ah, okay, good. And how are things at the school for the virus? Are they better now?
Yeah, I mean, well, they've never had a huge issue, I don't
Oh,
think.
good.
So
Okay.
we've been very fortunate. I mean, it's obviously it's been there, but I
Right.
think it's been a huge issue.
Oh, good. You know, in Utah, the governor just declared a state of emergency. They have a lot of universities there, and every university student, if you either live on campus or take at least one class in person, you have to COVID test every week, which I think is so great because
Yeah,
Utah is just getting completely out of control now.
my son has to COVID test 3 times a week, but it's because he works with the basketball team. So that's not across the board. But our governor just, as of Monday, you cannot have gatherings more than 25 people. He dropped it from 250 to 25. Yeah,
Wow.
and our numbers are not really that bad. So it's,
Probably a preparation for
well,
Thanksgiving.
I think so. But what is so hard is my best friend's daughter is getting married on the 21st. And so
Oh,
she's having to change everything. And she was already having a small wedding because of this, but she was having like 50 guests. So now
Oh.
she's having to, it's just unfortunate.
Everybody getting married right now. It's so,
Yeah.
it's just so hard. What I'm hoping is that as they make these weddings unique, that's, you know, a unique memory, but boy, it's tough. Yeah. Yeah. In Utah, for some reason, there's been all this weird denial about COVID and masks. And I don't know, you guys heard about the new senator that's like refusing to wear a mask going into the Congress. She's saying, you know, it's my freedom that I shouldn't have to wear a mask. But she's a believer in the QAnon conspiracy and all that stuff. She's from, I think, Georgia. Anyway, it's just so sad. If people would
Yeah,
just,
but you know, as long as they don't wear a mask, this is going to continue.
oh yeah, that's the thing. And if people would just realize that it's not about your freedom, it's about protecting other people. It's just like following the speed limits and stopping at stop signs. It's stuff that you do to protect everyone else. So anyway, it's very sad to me, but like I said, Utah, I have a cousin whose wife is thinks that you don't need masks, and it just it's so frustrating. Just want
What
to
kind of numbers
What's
have,
that?
what kind of numbers have you ladies been seeing at your hospitals lately? We get a
Anybody not
we
getting
get a report every week telling what we have in-house. And I think as of Wednesday, I mean, we had 29 in-house, which is really higher, one of our higher numbers.
Yeah, I triage. So patients that come to our clinic, when they have symptoms, they can call and talk to the nurse. Every day I talk to someone who has become infected and needs advice on how to care for themselves at home. And we tell them when it's time to call the paramedics. So we went from maybe one a week to now one every day, because people are not continuing to keep distance and to wear a mask. So the mask and the distance is what is going to keep you from getting infected, period.
Yeah.
My
The
my
mask-
personal hospital is good. We have people that come in and then we send them back home to recover, or we admit them so that we can get oxygen set up at home. But in Reno, Nevada, which is the closest big city to us, they've turned the entire parking lot into a COVID unit. So one floor is like a super acute and one's like a subacute. And then in Sacramento, that's my state capital. It's farther in distance away from me than Reno, but they've entered the purple tier, which is the most restrictive California tier. And we have over 1 million active infections in California. So my little rural hospital is doing well, but I'm just waiting for it to affect the schools and for us to shut down. And it's really frustrating watching all this go on when you know that that's what's coming.
Mhm.
And then when school shuts down, how am I supposed to work? And then all the electives are going to shut down again. I just diagnosed colon cancer in a 41-year-old yesterday. You know, and if we're shutting down for that kind of stuff, the dude's 41. He had a big giant mass in his colon. You know, we have to stay open so that we can continue to do these things.
So like something like cancer, that's considered elective in that it would not be treated if things were.
Well, we discovered it yesterday. So a colonoscopy would be an elective.
Oh, right.
Um,
Yeah.
And then, so Carson Tahoe, that's the hospital I used to work at. That's the Nevada state capital. They are shut down for elective surgeries and any procedures. Although I have a theory that they were kind of hoarding test swabs, and then that got taken away. So I think that they don't have the test swabs to test people prior. And I think that's more to do with it. But in Reno, there's 416 hospitalized cases. That's the one where they turned the parking lot into it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Worst of all.
to what you were speaking to, what I've noticed here in Tucson is our specialty doctors aren't returning calls for appointments. A lot of their employees are working from home. They're struggling to keep their practices on the wheels because they are just not, they don't have the bandwidth to financially support themselves and allow to treat patients. And I think that, you know, on a bigger level, we are becoming accustomed to a much lower level of care.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't feel that that's the case here. We are freaking badasses and we've adapted. We've made parking lot triages. The primary doctors are seeing people out in their cars, in tents. I gave flu shots out in a parking lot this year. And you know, we have snow on the ground. So we're like these little mountain warriors, and I feel like we're still giving excellent patient care. And you know, things that, like, I had my tonsils out in January. It was so annoying for me to have to go to a follow-up visit down in Carson City. You know, I had to take like half of a day off of work to do it. Now with all these like Zoom follow-ups, that's awesome. You know, I could have done 15 minutes instead of half of my day off of work. So some of these creative solutions that we're doing are really great. And for people with transportation issues,
Like
we're seeing more people.
we're an hour away from the Mayo Clinic that my mom goes to, and just having to go to appointments got really, really hard for her. We actually had to sell her car and get a different one that she could get into easier. And she wasn't supposed to last the summer. And I think part of it is that most of her appointments now are video. It's so much better and it's more personal. Like it's really close up with the doctor. And but she's also been COVID tested every time she's had to actually go in for an appointment. And so she's gotten COVID tested once every month.
Well, you know, we have redefined how we give care.
Wow.
The remote they've been doing for years, like up in Alaska and these very far out places. And basically the technology has finally caught up with what they were doing. But the simple tasks, New York's numbers are creeping up a little bit, but we've really kept everything down. There's now no bar or restaurant can be open past 10 o'clock at night. They're still serving outside, but it's getting cold now. And, the restaurants are getting very creative. They got these little like plastic 2 or 3 seater table in a little hut. But the simple thing of washing hands, wearing a mask, and staying 6 feet apart from the other, this could possibly be over in a shorter period of time if they just do those 3 things. And you know what? I totally believe in people's liberties. People, this
Yeah.
country has been built upon, your own thing. But the one thing we've always done, and it's not happening right now, is we come together in a crisis. And right now we're divided in this crisis, and it's costing us time, money, and people.
Yeah.
And that's why we should all move to New Zealand.
Oh my goodness. Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
woman not the coolest woman ever? Wow, she's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Or
I hope
America.
she gets the Nobel Peace Prize next year.
What's that?
I hope she gets the Nobel Peace Prize next year.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah. Yeah. I don't understand this because I'm all for personal liberties too, but you don't, like Monica, you were saying, if you wear your mask, you're safe. Well, my friend in Kosovo, she always wore a mask, but the other people around her weren't wearing masks. Then it only works if everybody's wearing.
Personal liberty and everybody doing the right thing.
Yeah, and I think in the past we've been able to trust that because as a people we chose to do the right thing, but now people are, I don't know. In Arizona you have to wear a mask, so that's really good. Utah's now got a statewide mandate, but all of their hospitals are full in Utah. So
My mom just texted me this morning, China beat this, like, why can't we? I'm like, because they're a communist country and they
No, because they all wear
force
masks.
restrictions. That's
Korea's
why.
a better example, because Korea they really jumped on this fast, and they cleaned their streets. They did all kinds of stuff, and everybody wore a mask, and their contact tracing was out of this world. But I just think, I don't know. People in this country protested, went out of their way to protest not wearing masks. And here in Arizona, at some of the protests, they were spitting on nurses that were out there trying to show that you needed to wear a mask. Like that's not even about your own freedom. That's about just being mean and evil. So I don't know. We got to come together. We've got.
I think the healthcare workers need to stand up and say, look, guys, there's just so much we can do.
Yeah.
If you keep up this behavior, we're not going to be around to take care of you.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's North Dakota where now they've had to let COVID positive nurses continue to work. Did you read about this? They're only allowed to work in COVID units with people that are already infected, and they can't display any symptoms personally, but they don't have enough nurses to staff their COVID units right now.
I mean, you're going to have to make changes as these things happen. And when that's the case, those decisions are made.
Yeah. But it's sad to me when it's the healthcare workers that are making all the sacrifices, and the school teachers. The school teachers are making huge sacrifices. And I feel like nobody's really recognizing that now because it's so hard for the kids doing school online. But we just got to
It's interesting because I triaged a kid the other day, 13-year-old that tried to commit suicide because she's not handling the remote teaching. And, as much as the teachers can do, they can't work miracles, and they're just not getting the tools. Rather than people protesting and complaining, stop, put your mask on, pull up your big boy pants, and let's get this taken care of.
Yeah. Especially kids with disabilities, any ADHD or even ADD or any kind of learning disability. They're really struggling right now. And of course, a lot of the minority communities are really struggling without having good internet access. And I was listening to a program on NPR yesterday about an organization in San Francisco that has actually made sure, I don't know if it's San Francisco or the Bay Area, they have made sure that every family has a hotspot in their home. And they've been doing these extra programs for kids with learning disabilities. It's still not perfect, but anyway, we just need to care about each other more. I think that's the bottom line. And I'm hoping.
And I think it's important for us to see the silver lining of everything, and because we get so frustrated when things are the way they are, and You know, why can't everybody just do the right thing? I mean, I go over and over it again in my head. And I just have to hope that with everybody who's not following these rules and all of these people who are getting it, like perhaps that's going to contribute to herd immunity. And so that's the silver lining that I've been looking at with that, because otherwise it's just, it's too dampening.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know if you guys heard, apparently President Trump got in front of a mic this morning or yesterday and said that we have a new vaccine, but New York is not getting it.
Yeah, because of Cuomo. But he also said depends on who's running things, or I don't know. Poor guy.
And he tried to take credit for the vaccine,
Yeah,
Pfizer.
yeah, and the company has come out and said this has not been part of a government project. We've gotten no funding. We're not part of the warp speed. So anyway, but we have a really cool vice president now who can dance, you know? So she's so dang cool. And we're gonna have a first lady who really knows about education, who's a real teacher. So I mean, this could make a huge difference in our schools. So we'll just see. We just got to come together. And for my family, for me and my mom, this COVID has been a huge blessing that I get to be home with her in America. And that I get to teach you guys. I wouldn't know any of you guys if I was off in, Greece and Bangladesh and Uganda. So I think for a lot of families, it's been a blessing, but you're right. We just need to look at because there are some definite positive things with this as well. Okay, so let's do some playing. You guys are awesome. Oh my gosh, we're already okay. Let's just play Edelweiss and then let's do some Christmas songs, okay? And by the way, you guys have really blessed my life. It's really so fantastic knowing you. And thank you for those of you who wrote something for the thing. We got such great feedback, and we already used it on one grant application. So thank you.
So I haven't done that, and I'm more than willing to if you still are interested and need it.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And it's just about your own personal experience, All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, down, down, up, down, up. C, G, F, C. Let's do that again. Looks like some people are having trouble. So let's do the thing that I was talking about. So instead of counting 1, 2, 3, we'll say the strum pattern twice before we start. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. C, G, F, C. Edelweiss, Edelweiss. Every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Okay, Rochelle, let's have you play this for me.
I think we should skip. I didn't practice.
Okay, that's fine. Trish, I want you to play just a little bit, just so I can, because you were asking me about that strum. And now you're laughing.
You
What's
sure?
well, just play a little bit of it so I can see if you're doing the strum right. Okay, just like the first line.
Well, the strum, I was doing fine with the strum until I had to move on to the next chord.
Ah, okay. Well, go more slowly then. Go about like down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. There you go. Good. So you're on the right track, Trish. I'm not worried
It's just
anymore.
practice.
Yeah,
just-
and just play it super slow. That's the thing with this song. It goes slow anyway, so just play it super slow. All right, let's look at
You
Christmas.
know, it was the throw off was it's the lines and the chords are close together. So you think you have to play them fast instead of each chord gets the full measure
Whole
of.
thing. Well, and everybody look at the second line. The second line is one of those, it's a gift for ukulele players. So just look at this second line. Play the first chord for me, C of the second line. Play that C. Now play A minor. Now keep your finger where it is. All you got to do is add one finger to make that A minor into an F. There's A minor and there's F. So then F. And then to go to the G7, you leave that finger down and you go over there to the G7. So when you have a line like that, I call them a gift because it's so nice, you know? All right. So let's look at some Christmas songs now. So what I'm going to do is, let me pull this up and then I'll put this link on the page so everybody can pull it up. It's a little bit blurry, but this is one of the great things about ukulele is that there are so many ukulele players and everybody like wants to help each other out. So somebody figured these songs out and they just put them up there instead of charging us for a uke book, and they're good arrangements. So I really like it when we have something like that. So I'm going to put the link up right now in the Facebook group if you want to go look at the book. It's coming up on the song O Come Emmanuel, but just that's the whole book. So go back to the beginning and then I'll pull it up here for people if you want to just look it up here with me. So so this is all the songs. I mean, it's 30 songs. It's really fantastic. So we have Angels We Have Heard on High, Old Lang Syne, Away in a Manger, Bring a Torch, Jeanette Isabella, The First Noel, Go Tell It on a Mountain. I mean, this is a fantastic book. So let's look at Silent Night, number 21. Oh, let's see. That one, it said I had to go to a different page. Ah, okay. So this one isn't written as well as I'd like it to be written. So I'll write it out, but can everybody see this right here? So starts on a C. Oh, and this is another thing. Any of the songs that say they're in the key of C, that means they only use C, G7, and F. So you're not going to have any trouble with them. So this one's in C. So it's Silent Night, Holy Night, then G7, then C. Let's just try this. Okay. Can everybody see it? Okay. And I'll rewrite this one so that it's more well, let's just see if you guys need me to rewrite it. Maybe you won't.
What strum pattern do we
Yeah,
use?
what's the strum pattern?
The same that we were just doing for Edelweiss. It's going to be down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so here we go. I'll count the down, down, up twice before we start. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Silent night. Yeah, I'll write this one out. Holy night. All is calm. All is bright. Round easy that is? Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. So what do you think? You want to learn that one this week?
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So,
We could easily do this one, guys.
yeah. Now, the other one that I have already written out, because someone asked for this one a little bit ago, is Feliz Navidad. Do you want to, oh, wait, no, that one has E minor. Forget that one. Okay, so you want to just do this one this week, just the Silent Night?
I'm good with that.
Okay, and
Me
then
too.
next week, we'll have class and then we'll have a week off because it'll be the Thanksgiving. So next week we'll do a few songs, okay? Because you'll have a little bit longer to practice. Okay, so I will, you've got the music to this right now. You just click the link on Silent Night in the table of contents. But would you like me to write it out so that it has the chords where they're going? Okay, so I'll write that out and post it too. Okay? You guys are awesome.
Could we do Joy to the World at some point?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. So that's what I want you to do is go through this list in the book and pick out the songs you want to learn. And then next week we'll start on that. And go ahead and look at them. If it says it's in the key of C, you can already play it just to practice. Okay. If it's in the key of D, it'll also be very easy. Okay.
Oh, Joy to the World is key of C major.
Yeah, so that's just going to be C, F, and G7. So you can already play at least half of these songs.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's amazing. You guys really are rocking this. So okay, so look through it, find something that you want to learn as the class, and just like make a list. And then next week we'll go through it and pick some more to do. Okay? Have a
Thank you
wonderful
so
week, you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for what you're doing to help.
Thanks, Liz.
We need you
Thank you,
guys.
Liz.
You're welcome.
Liz, here it is.
So, hey, what ukulele is that? That's a bass, isn't it? That's your U bass? Oh, here you're muted.
It's the Kala U bass.
Play the strings for me.
That's a really big instrument.
It's a baritone size. And it's electric.
All the basses are electric because they'll sound a lot better in the amp. And does that have the kind of rubber strings on it?
Yes, it's so much easier on the fingers.
Yeah. And you play it instead of playing with chords, you play don 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 don.
Yeah, you pick it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm getting for Christmas this year is a U-bass. Yeah. And I'm really excited about learning how to play it. Yeah, that's
One of these times my husband's gonna have to get on this class and do a jam. He's so good. It frustrates me when I'm learning something. He's like, let me see it. And then he just, it pisses me off. But
Don't you love it?
you guys gotta, he's really good at this. He's been doing it for over 10 years, just on his own, never took lessons, but.
wow. Yeah, I'd love to hear him play sometime. That would be really fun.
I mean, I picked up my first instrument at 40 when I quit smoking. Had no musical background before that.
Oh, congratulations on quitting
So
smoking.
I picked up a clarinet. And then I learned I didn't have any real rhythm. Remember Mr. Holland's Opus? My teacher was almost banging me on the head to get me.
I do that with the kids sometimes. I'll do this. I'll tap on their shoulder because they're having trouble feeling the beat.
But the one thing he did find out, because I was his first adult learner, and he was a retired music teacher from the school system, and really fabulous clarinetist. In fact, he plays first chair in the Hudson Valley Philharmonic.
Wow.
And he he really enjoyed our time together. He says, you're the first student I had that didn't have to learn this stuff. They enjoyed coming each week.
Yeah.
You know, and I had the same problem with, you know, getting to practice and whatnot. So what he did was he set up where he tried a few things where he said, you don't realize it, but you have an ear that almost hears the note before I play it. So he
Wow.
could play along with me. So I used to follow him, and sometimes I'd be a little bit behind, but then he would say, just catch up to me. And he says, if you miss a spot, drop it, let it go, pick it up on the next measure. But it was a very cool time. It was a very cool time.
That's
I
really.
haven't played as much, but I got to get my embouchure back. I can read music. That is the one thing that I learned from him, because he not only did the lessons, he taught me music theory and how to read music.
That's a real gift. That's a real gift.
It's a whole different language.
Oh yeah, it is exactly and that's how I teach it in my countries. I tell the kids that music is a language, and and the notes.
And it's universal. Anybody can hear it.
Yeah.
Anybody can play it.
And you know, everyone in the world knows do re mi. It's really interesting. Everyone, no matter what country I go to, they say that instead of saying T, most countries say C. So the do a deer song doesn't work for them, but but everybody knows do re mi, which is fascinating to me. Yeah, they might some have different names for different notes, but
I get bitten by the acquisition bug.
oh well, you know what? Me too. Me too. So
And I pick each ukulele for its tone. And you know what I can play. I have the bass. I have a couple of concerts, and I have a beautiful soprano. You probably see this guy on Facebook, Liz. His name is Nesto. He's a ukulele maker. He's a literary down in Nicaragua.
oh wow.
He made me my soprano ukulele. It's hold on a second.
I want to hear it. Oh, and if anybody wants to buy a ukulele this year for Christmas or get one or something and you need advice, let me know, because my mom's giving all the grandkids ukuleles. So I've spent many, many, many hours going through ukes and finding good prices and good ukes. Oh,
This is a special wood from his country.
oh my goodness. And it's a little thicker, so it looks like it would have a really beautiful tone.
I haven't, it's out of tune, but it's super loud.
Oh.
And it's handmade. I had to wait a couple of weeks. He was finishing it up for me. And what's really nice is the fretboard is tenor length.
Oh, I was wondering, because that's a
It's
super
longer than the regular soprano. It gives you more room, but look at the work this guy does.
That is so gorgeous.
This was $250.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, that
He's
is,
got pictures, you know, and I hear from him all the time. He'll say, "Do you still enjoy it?" I said, "I love the ukulele."
Harper wanted to play for you
I
guys.
want one.
yeah, I want one too.
He's on that uke group, the one that you post the
Oh,
question.
okay, good.
He's
Okay.
on that group.
Okay.
And look at his stuff.
My own ukulele.
Oh, look at that
Oh, will you play with us?
Just
Will you
like
play us a
mine.
song? Okay, play us
And
a
it's
song.
super loud.
Okay. Gotta sing. Sing for us.
Can you sing? Oh, come on.
He's playing left-handed.
She's a lefty.
Oh, do you know that they just swap the strings around for left-handed ukulele players?
That's what Paul McCartney did. He restrung his guitars upside
Yeah.
down.
You know, my dad's lefty, and he made himself learn right-handed because he likes Jimi Hendrix, and Jimmy was lefty that played right. So
Yeah.
There
And
is
it's
this
great to
gal.
be ambidextrous, but the nice thing is you don't have to buy a special instrument. You can just string it differently.
You know, back in the 60s, people were throwing guitars at the Beatles, and Hofner gave him his first bass, the one he didn't restring. And then I think it was Les Paul built a left-handed guitar for him.
Wow.
Because people forget that Paul McCartney is a really good guitarist, as well as a bassist. He plays like 40 instruments. It's unbelievable.
Well, and George Harrison was a huge ukulele player. He loved ukulele. So
Yes.
I'm so, the resurgence of ukulele is just, it's such an exciting thing. It's, and the fact that you couldn't even buy them for a while during the coronavirus was.
Well, the funny part about it, Tom Petty tells a wonderful story about George Harrison ukuleles. He came over to his house one day and he says, I'm going to teach you how to play ukulele. Spent the whole day with him teaching him how to play ukulele. And when he was getting ready to leave, he turns to him and says, George turns to Petty and says, do you want another ukulele? He says, sure, I'll take another one. He opens the trunk of his car and he's got like 50 ukuleles in the trunk of the car. He says, you're never going to have too many ukuleles.
So George taught Tom Petty how to play?
Yes.
That is cool.
Paul McCartney plays, when he plays in concert, I saw him back in 2016, he plays the ukulele that George Harrison gifted him. It's a 1920 Gibson.
Oh.
And he plays something on it and it's beautiful. It really is beautiful.
Wow.
Just incredible.
That is incredible.
There's something, there's a U2 where Paul, George, and Ringo are sitting at George's estate, just playing ukuleles and singing and drinking tea.
Harper said she's ready to sing for you guys.
Oh, good.
So
Okay.
we're gonna both do it.
Okay. You
Okay,
and your
ready?
mom play and sing for us.
Shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, don't bother me. For I belong to somebody. I feel like a morning star. I feel like a morning star.
That was so good. Oh my goodness. You guys should make a video. That's so good.
So you guys got to pull out the old songs because then you're like, oh, wow, I can do this.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, guys, I will let you go and see you next. Oh, wow. Is that a tenor?
Yeah.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
Trish, you got all the toys, girl.
Oh, you bet. Monica, what do they call me? What is the family
Because
called?
my dad has 3 guitars
He does.
Oh my
and
goodness.
only 1 ukulele, which my mom is holding.
Ah, okay.
And I have 3 ukuleles.
And tell them what all those toys behind you are.
Giveaway.
That's her giveaway pile.
Oh, I think that's absolutely awesome.
A lot of kids are going to be happy.
Yeah.
Harper's playing Santa Claus.
That's not the giveaway pile.
This is not giveaway because we love it. It's our dog Kapua, which is a stuffed animal.
Oh, Kapua. That's a Hawaiian name. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a Rottweiler and there's this company called Cuddle Clones and they charge you $1 million and make a replica of your dog. So I bought one.
Oh, that's so
Because
cool.
we miss her.
That's so
And she died
Mhm.
Yeah, that's so
in
nice.
my
that you
mom's
have that.
room.
No, she didn't die in my room.
Then where did she die?
She died in the back of the vet.
Mhm.
All
She
right,
died-
guys.
She died in my car. Behind the vet.
Oh, have a good week on that sad note.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.